What's going on? Welcome into My Take Is. Thank you for clicking on the video. Do me another favor and subscribe. It's free. It's a great channel. We do a lot of college football. So make sure you are subscribed, previewing some of the big games this week. One of them being Missouri going on the road to play against Oklahoma. This is the final leg of just a brutal stretch for the Oklahoma Sooners. Over the last month or so, they've played Ole Miss, Tennessee, Alabama, and now Missouri. All four of those teams are currently ranked in the college football playoff top 25. Alabama sitting at 10. Ole Miss obviously sitting at 6th. And going into this stretch, it was going to define the Sooners' season. It's a tough 4 games, and 3-1 was what they needed to come out of this 4-game stretch with a record of in order to make the college football playoff, and they are 1 win away from doing that. The toughest task already being out of the way, going on the road to Tuscaloosa and beating a really good Alabama football team. Now they are a 7.5-point favorite at home, and it looks like they're going to accomplish that 3-1 record because I just don't know how Missouri is going to win this football game without Beau Pribula, who hurt his ankle in that Week 9 game against Vanderbilt. He's doubtful to play right now. I don't think he's going to play. And the Oklahoma run defense is the strength of Oklahoma. Like, if you had to pick one thing that Oklahoma did better than they did anything else, it is defend the run. And while Ahmad Hardy is one of the best running backs in college football, a guy who had early season Heisman buzz and then Missouri lost some games, and that was kind of all she wrote. This is the best run defense that Missouri's seen all year. And in order to beat Oklahoma, you have to be able to do what Ole Miss did, and that's drop a guy back like Trinidad Chambliss and just light them up. And without Beau Pribula, it's not happening. I know Missouri can run the football. They have the 6th best rushing offense in college football this year. But Oklahoma has the 4th best rushing defense in all of college football this year. You're not running the ball for 250 yards and 4 touchdowns against Oklahoma. You'll probably be able to do that against Arkansas next week, but not against Oklahoma. You've got to be able to throw the football, and Missouri just can't. It's been brutal for Matt Zohlers since taking over against Vanderbilt in Week 9 in the 3 games he's played, excluding like the early season blowouts where he got to throw a couple balls. He's only completing 48% of his passes. And you're not beating Oklahoma with a quarterback who's only completing 48% of his passes. A one-dimensional offense against Brent Venables just isn't going to be good enough. Now, Missouri may have a fighting chance because they have a good defense. Oklahoma and Missouri are both tied for the 13th best third down defense in college football. Missouri is 10th in total yards allowed per game. The issue is once teams get in the red zone against Missouri, they tend to score touchdowns. They are 64th in the FBS in red zone defense this year, while Oklahoma has the number 1 ranked red zone offense in the country. They have scored points in some way, shape, or form every time they've reached the red zone this season. And a lot of that has to do with John Mateer, and that's a guy who post-thumb injury hasn't been the guy who he was before the thumb injury, but is still a guy who's capable of making those 2 or 3 plays a game that you need your quarterback to make in order to win. I like Oklahoma to win and cover in this game. With that being said, there is a path for Missouri. Oklahoma's a 7.5-point favorite. Not sure if I mentioned that or not. There is a path for Missouri to win the game. If they can run the football, wind the clock, they're like top 30, I think, in the country in time of possession on the year. They can make it a low-scoring game. Maybe you bust a big play or 2, and you're able to steal a game away because of that. I don't think that's likely because of how good this Oklahoma defense is, but I do think that that's the path for Missouri to win. You're not running the ball all over the yard against Oklahoma, and I just don't think that you have the passing offense to kind of take advantage of the one thing that this Oklahoma team doesn't do well, and that's defend the pass. So give me Oklahoma to cover the 7.5 points, but there is a path for Missouri to win.